The moon is traveling closer towards the sun and going to be at exact conjunction with the sun in sidereal Libra. This is your new moon message for the upcoming new moon on October 20th and 21st. Vedic Astrology, sidereal zodiac. Now, my name is Aurélie. I am a full-time Vedic astrologer. I consult one-on-one, so make sure you look at the website and all the offerings. Let's get started for the new moon message. Now, first of all, this time is really, really holy and special in the Vedic calendar. We're in a festival called Diwali. Now, there's so much to say about Diwali. Diwali is full of traditions, lots of pujas, lots of mantras, lots of deities each day. I'm not going to go into all of the teachings of Diwali. I'm going to talk to you about the new moon that is coming towards the end of Diwali, okay? Now, there's currently a parivartana, planetary exchange between Venus and Mercury. This new moon is taking place while the sun is debilitated, and we have this beautiful moment in time where we're lighting lamp, honoring light, calling the light back into our lives. It's a moment where we're focusing on the aspect of receiving, of clearing out the space. You know, in the Vedic tradition, we clear out the windows, the lamps, and we open ourselves up to receive. And it's a very big journey because we can be really good at giving, but we also have to be spacious in our receiving. We need to make space so that we can also call in and receive. There's an art to both. Now, what happens when there's planetary exchange is that there's a change in situation, and Jupiter just became exalted, meaning Jupiter is now transiting through sidereal Cancer for a couple of weeks until it retrogrades into Gemini and then returns to Cancer in June. Now, what's really significant about this is that an exalted Jupiter is going to increase the Akash in the world. The space element allows us to get along with each other. And with this new moon, this dark moon, and this planetary exchange, the shift in situation, the exalted Jupiter, if there's been any situations in your life that's been troubling you, resentments, frustration, this is a really great time to shift the energy. Maybe you're finished. You're kind of done being angry with this. This situation happened. It is what it is. You know, and try to kind of let go a little bit more, accept a little bit more. Maybe things didn't work out, accept a little bit more. We talked about the art of receiving, and sometimes the things that are taken away from our lives, that fall apart, that don't work out, we need to accept them and release them, the disappointments, and then we can receive new things. We can call in new things. We can just return to the magic of that flow, because in Vedic tradition we say the flow of money, the flow of wealth is ruled by Lakshmi, the goddess herself, and the goddess is water, and this flow of wealth is a giving and a going. It's like the ocean, it's a receiving. It has this flow. So it's a great opportunity for a deep healing with this coming new moon, for really a further letting go of anything that's troubled you. Especially, we had the strong Rahu Saturn storm, even so much storm in the world, storm energy, and Saturn's been retrograding over those degrees of its conjunction. And so this is coming to an end. This is kind of finalizing whatever has been terribly stirred with this big conjunction last March. This is a great time to kind of turn the page in a very deep way inside of yourself. Forgiveness is funny, I think it's a little bit like when we break a bone, when we cut our body, we can heal, but there always will be that scar. Sometimes the bone is more sensitive to when there is rain and we end up with arthritis. So, when things happen, we heal and we get back to working, we get back to the world, but there's the scars of the memory, there's the scars of some of the memories that I've gone through. But we learn to, for it not to hurt all the time. It heals, that it just becomes a part of us in a way that is not painful all the time. And that's the idea. You have to let go enough of all the suffering that's happens, whether it's between two person, between you and the universe, and things not going right, or loss, or disappointments, and that it just becomes like a scar that's there, and we move on. It's not painful all the time. I think it's a nice way to think about forgiveness. So again, happy new moon, change of energy, new energy, things shifting, finally releasing whatever situation was difficult with the Saturn Rahu. Saturn is going to be moving forward once again in November next month. So it's the last of this retrograding Saturn. Jupiter is going to also be retrograding for a little while, but Saturn is the slowest planet, and we always have to keep an eye on Saturn because of its lessons, which can be challenging, can cause obstacles. So this shift of energy, of now moving away from the Saturn Rahu conjunction is a big deal for this new moon, and is a big part of the chapter of this new moon. And I hope you're feeling a little bit of, exalted planet, just Jupiter exalted planet have a way to bring about excitement. This Jupiter transit is also going to involve K2, which is the spiritual node of the moon. So I'll talk a little bit about that transit, but that's later on, towards 2027. So there's plenty of time for us to talk about that. But happy new moon. Take some time to meditate, to do your spiritual practice. In spirituality, we say it's we focus on that light, the inner light inside, and kind of let go of the world. And it's a really great time to let go when the new moon, the Amavasya, comes. So spend some time in meditation, clear out the space. As always, maybe you don't know this, so I'll just repeat it, but Amavasya, which is the dark day of the moon, and you'll have the lunar day for your location posted somewhere in this video, or on my page where the posts are, or on my Instagram. Is a great time to honor our ancestors. So look at the time window of Amavasya, especially with this new moon, and light a candle also for your family, for your lineage. It's a really good time to do that with Diwali, to also remember our ancestors and the way they become a part of us. We talked about the river. So much of life has to do with this flow, this river. Same thing with the knowledge we have. We give it to someone and it goes down because we're all here so temporarily. So there's a sort of of this beautiful flow, that we're a part of. And there is great grace in that. All right, happy new moon.